So I just left out of Wicked, and it was so good. It was, and I already made a video about it. I did, but I might make another one, cause I got something to say. Yeah, I say yeah. Whoa, hey, whoa. No, but seriously, the last thing I said in the video about the Wizard of Oz and the Wicked just made me think of something else that been on my mind. So basically, it's this person who I used to follow because I really, really like the videos the information they would talk about. It's very unique in the sense of where it comes from. It's not unique like there isn't other people online that talk about it, but it's unique in the perspective and where it's coming from. And this is also somebody who I would say I took advice from. I don't want to say look up to, because even before this situation I was like and I'm explaining that later, but I did take advice from, because they were able to put things in a vocal they were able to put things in a they were able to articulate things in a way that I understood but could not myself. So similar emotions and feelings that I have and experiences I have experienced, she was able to articulate it in a better way than me, because I would have been cursing and bitch this and hold that and fuck. We would have had the same message, but it might not have been as PC, you know what I'm saying? So I liked how she worded it without, because she's a little bit older, so but recently she's been making some videos about some shit that I don't necessarily not agree with, and I actually 100% understand what she's saying, but the way in which she's saying it's not, to me, it's not coming from, and when a lot of times when we do connect with people, it's because whatever they're saying is coming from their heart. Even if the person online is telling you to go be a hoe, the person online could be telling you to go be a hoe. Like, no, not no funny like, they're serious, go be a hoe. But because it's coming from their heart, it will connect with other people who maybe they're in their whole season right now, because it's coming from their heart, it's genuine. But a lot of times though, when shit ain't coming from people's heart, it do not be clicking. Like, it be missing the mark. And she been talking about some shit to me that is just like, it's low key, it's not, I'ma just be real, bro. The shit she been talking about on her page, her account, she's basically saying like low key the fucking opposite of that shit. Like low key, like high key, she's saying the opposite of that shit right now. And it got me like, you're not wrong, sister, but come on, like, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't even about her. What it made me realize is that you cannot follow people and think that you cannot pedestalize people. Fuck the following. It ain't about that. It's about pedestalizing people. And we do this shit all the time, and we think we do it just with fucking celebrities and political figures, but you do it with your friends, and you do it with these parasocial relationships. But you do it with your friends though. Like, how do you think you start to put a celebrity on a pedestal? You have had to have already had someone else there first. You don't just jump to a stranger. You put your parents on the pedestal. That's why it's so hard to knock their ass off of it. That's why it's so hard to admit that your parents maybe did do something wrong, because you have to knock them off a pedestal that they have been sitting on for a long time. So I did pedestalize this person a little bit. I did, because they were one of the only people, like I said, expressing themselves in an articulate way that was relatable to my experiences. But even in that, I had to realize, after they started talking about this shit, they're a person, and they could have wisdom in a certain factor or facet of life, but that does not make them a know-it-all. That doesn't make them the Wizard of Oz, who can just solve all your problems with the swoop of a wand. That doesn't make them the wizard. That doesn't make them, but that's what you do when you put somebody on a pedestal. You start to think that whatever their word is law, and whatever they say must be truthful, and it must be from the heart, and it must be honest, because you have put them on a pedestal and you believe everything that comes out of them is from God. It's a song I really, really like. I think it's a Brazilian. I don't know if they're Brazilian or just Spanish, but it's a these are not the words, but that's not the words at all. It's in a different language, but that's the beat of it. But one of my favorite lyrics in that song is, not everything that falls from the sky is sacred, or it's from God, something like that. But that shit is true. We think that everything that happens is something divine, and sometimes it's bullshit, you know, just like it's duality, just like in the fucking movie in Wicked. You had the good witch, you had the bad witch. And what's crazy is that the good witch was bad and the bad witch was good. So everything is flipped. So here I am thinking that this woman online is I got this lady on a pedestal because she got some relatable experiences and some wisdom, words of wisdom. But the whole time I'm forgetting she just a woman. And a lot of times, because nobody told us to put them on a pedestal, right? A lot of times nobody told you to put somebody on a pedestal. You just did it personally because of your insecurities or your fear of trust in yourself, or your lack of abandonment, whatever the fuck reason you put somebody on a pedestal. You did it. Probably because of insecurity, honestly, but you could go deeper into it. I'm not your therapist. But nobody asked you to do that, and because nobody asked you to do that, you can't blame anyone for it. So because no one asked you to do it, and you can't blame anyone for it, when you start to see pieces of that pedestal break, you don't want to look at it. It's ugly. We look away. When we do get glimpses of humanity from people we put on pedestals, we don't like it. We wince at it. We want them to just be perfect because we want them to be figures. We want them to be political figures. We want them to be gods. We don't want to see their humanity. That's why people say don't be friends with people who are fans. Not because, oh, they're a peasant. No, it's because you don't see me as a person. You see me as a figure. You see me as something to be of entertainment or a source of accommodation, a source of joy, a source of comfort for you. Like Glinda the Good Witch, yeah, she wasn't a bad person, but she was something for people to cheer for. She was just something for people to cheer for. And at the end of the movie, the Wicked Witch said, you know what? When I die, don't defend me. I don't want you to defend me. And she was like, what? And the Wicked Witch told her, promise me you will not defend me. And she was like, why would I promise you that? And she literally said they need somebody to hate, just like they need somebody to love. So Glinda was just playing her role. That's it. And a lot of these people, like, they just living their life and they're playing a role. And that's what I'm learning as I get older, is that if you think someone has it all together, they may, but they also just may know how to play really well. Like the wizard. The wizard was a regular human. He had no magical powers. He was not even from that universe. So he was a human. It would be like if you woke up in a mystical world where animals talked and niggas had wands. You'd be like, what the fuck? So he was a regular nigga. But he used all of these illusions to make these magical people think he had power. He had no power. And that's what I see the more older I get. It's like, oh, y'all was acting like y'all had power. Y'all have no power. That's why I feel like I could do whatever I want to do. Because who gonna stop me? Nobody gives a fuck. Who are these? Who cares? And if I end a relationship with somebody and it don't work out, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna work out because it has to. It literally has to. It's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not an and or if or a thing. So I don't need to sell myself short and or do certain things, compromising things, to be in this position. Because again, this Glinda didn't have no power. She was a liar. Glinda the Good Witch. She was a liar. She was a manipulator. She threw her best friend under the bus. She was willing and able and ready to lie to gain her spot in society, which was a public figure who was loved and adored. She was willing to lie for it, then to go inside and find the real power and love she had for herself. And even though she lied and cheated and manipulated for that position of power, she still was unhappy. She still was unfulfilled. And she still was dissatisfied with the lies she had been telling. Just like the pedestal shit, nobody told her she had to lie. It was a conscious decision she decided to make, to lie, to get to this position in life, or to maintain this position in life. She lied. Elphaba was there to teach you that you don't have to lie. The power is your birthright. The power is your birthright. And she taught Glinda the Good Witch that she didn't have to make everybody happy. She just had to be herself and be true. You hear the siren? I'm not here to make you niggas happy. I don't care if you think I'm hard to work with. Fuck you. I don't care if you think I'm a bitch. Fuck you. I don't care if you think I'm annoying. Fuck you. I don't care if you think you could do it better than me. Fuck you. Do it. Do it. Another part in the movie, Elphaba, after she told Elphaba, after the Wicked Witch told the Good Witch, when I die, don't protect my name. Let them say whatever. She literally said, you're everything I couldn't be. And she was like, I'm not even mad at you for pretending, because it's like, they want you to pretend. But you still gotta find it in yourself to be a real nigga. But they do want you to. She acknowledged that they wanted her to pretend, and that's how the Wicked Witch saved her life, by pretending. She learned how to. She faked her death so that everybody could be happy, and then she went on about her day. She realized that there is power in the lies, but you have to know their lies. You can't believe the lie. You cannot believe the lie. Once you believe the lie, then the lie has power over you. But when you know the lie is a lie, it has no power over you. But I said that in another video. Glinda had to learn how to use the power in her heart, because she was just lying and manipulating people. Elphaba had to learn how to protect her heart by lying. She started to protect her heart by lying, because she never lied. She was always honest. She always walked in her truth since she was a child, and it isolated her. So she had to learn. Her journey was learning how to protect her heart and protect herself, even if it meant not being truthful. It wasn't about not being. It was about not being truthful to others. Because the truth is, if people want to buy into a lie, they're going to buy into it. You can't convince them otherwise, which they talked about that in the movie. But you don't lie to yourself. You don't betray yourself. You don't lose that trust in yourself. Glinda was lying from day one. She learned from a very early age, lying will get you what you want. And if you do this, it'll get you that. They showed it in the movie. If you do this, it'll get you that. So all she knew was how to lie. Just like all Elphaba knew was how to tell the truth. So for Glinda, her journey was learning how to stop lying and be herself in her truth. Elphaba had to learn how to start lying to protect herself in her truth. They're the same people. But I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. I don't care. Because I've spent my whole life trying to be Glinda. I've tried to be Glinda. I've tried. I have tried. God damn it, I tried. I tried to be Glinda. I tried to be perfect. I tried to be what everybody fucking wanted. I tried. It failed. It did not work. Now I'm Elphaba. Bitch, if you think I'm wicked, I'm wicked. That's what she said in the movie. She literally said I'm wicked, right? Well, I think it's time for me to start doing some wicked shit. And she started singing a song about how no good deed goes unpunished. I felt that shit. You think I'm a bitch? That's okay. You think I'm difficult to work? That's okay. You think I do? That's okay. I don't give, like, who the fuck is y'all? Oh, do. Like, and I think like people have this mob mentality that when they think that it's more than one person agreeing with them, that it makes them right. It justifies their actions. It justifies their feelings. It just because if I think this and you think this, well, we must be right. No, bitch, y'all two dummies, and neither one of y'all using y'all heart. And just because you got a gang of people with you, agreeing with you, does not make it right. The whole city of Oz thought that Elphaba was a wicked witch trying to kill him. They were all wrong. They were all wrong. They were all wrong. It was all an illusion. So people going to think whatever they want to think about you. Who cares? It's all an illusion. And half the time, the people that you think are good are bad, and the people that you think are bad are good. I've met so many people that I thought were just going to be peaches and cream. They're evil. And it's like, like I said about in the beginning of the video, when you see people's humanity that you put on a pedestal, you don't want to look at it. So if you see a bitch on Instagram and you think this bitch is the baddest bitch ever, like she looked like Eve, she looked like the, whatever. And then you see that hoe in real life, you'd already got her on this pedestal because she's beautiful. And you see this bitch got the nastiest spirit, the nastiest, it's just nasty. You will ignore it because that truth makes you uncomfortable. And again, back to the two witches. Glenda understood that the truth makes people uncomfortable, so she decided to lie. And she knew she was lying. Elphaba knew that the truth made people uncomfortable, but she didn't know how to lie. So all she could do was stand in the truth. But eventually she got the hang of it, But I'm going back to Wiccan. I got a little off topic, but the woman online just reminded me, like, stop putting people on pedestals and stop thinking that because you're young you don't know nothing. I know a lot, including the fact that I don't know nothing, but I don't give myself credit for what I know all the time, because what I know is innate. It's not something to be taught. It's not something to be, it ain't even something to be practiced. What I know to be truth has been true since I was here, like Elphaba. Like, it's always been the truth. So fuck y'all niggas, for real. Like, but nah, that's my ego. Shut up. But no, seriously, stop putting people on pedestals online. You don't know them, and they could be talking some shit to you, but they could have been in a situation that you would never be in. They could be telling you something about how, oh, that ain't right and this ain't right, and then you look up 2 months later, they in a situation you yourself would never be in. But you taking advice from this person, but life got a funny way of putting you in a position that you thought you'd never be in. That's the sick joke. So why are you trying to follow people and role models and trying to follow a wizard? You're trying to find the Wizard of Oz in these people. When you put people on pedestals, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to find the Wizard of Oz. You're trying to find a person who will grant all your wishes. You're trying to find a person who can answer all your questions. Can't nobody answer them but you. It's your question. How silly of you to think that somebody else has the answer to your question, baby.